This is the itel S25 Ultra, and to be honest, looking at this device for the first time, and when I posted it on my story, people were saying it looks like the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, and that is not a lie. And it's not the end of the world. This is not the first time smartphones companies will copy one another. What I am just shocked and amazed about is how they got it right the first time. Like the whole camera placement and the whole titanium finish, like it's really blew my mind. But enough of the hype. Under the hood, does this device worth 260,000 naira, or is just some other itel device? Let's talk about it. Opening the box, we get the paperwork that also include a screen protector, the phone itself, a transparent case that is well cut out, a USB A to C cable, and the power brick. What more could you ask for? And opening this device for the first time, you have a clear understanding of who and what itel is trying to imitate here. And if you ask me, I think they nailed it. Moving on to the design and the build quality, it is obvious that we have a different kind of design here. And if you ask me, I think it is pretty clean and minimal, which is my thing. It is made up of matte finish plastic back and a plastic frame, coming at 163 grams. And I think it should be the most lightweight phone ever. It is even 6.9 millimeters thick, which is still pretty wild to me. The itel S25 Ultra is also IP64 dust and water resistance rated, which is actually a big deal. IP65 on an itel device, what a time to be alive. At the right side, we got the volume buttons and the power button. At the bottom, we get the SIM card slot, the Type-C port, mics, and speakers. I actually like the placement of the SIM card slot this time around. That is brilliant. At the left side, we get nothing. Up top, we get nothing. At the back, we get the circular rings, but we have just one camera, which we will talk about later. This one is a flash, while this one is an RGB light that lifts up when notification comes in. Something like what they did with the itel P65, if you can recall, which is really sick. I'm sure when this device was in the works, itel was like two things: minimalistic and clean. And again, if you ask me, I think they nailed it. We have three color variants: the Bromo Black, the Mentor Titanium, and the Komodo Ocean. That looks like white to me. But my favorite has to be the titanium. Dang, it is pretty clean. And for me, this build is a 10 over 10 for me. I really like this design. Forget that they copy Samsung or whatever. Kudos itel. This design is pretty sick. Moving straight to the display, itel packed a whopping 6.78 inches 1080p curved AMOLED display with vibrant contrast and bright colors with 120Hz refresh rate and a peak brightness of 1400 nits. And correct me if I'm wrong, it is the brightest display on an itel device ever, with Corning Gorilla Glass 7 High for protection. And as you have already know, content consumption on this display is sharp and it gets the job done. You will not have any problem watching your favorite shows and playing your favorite games. And with 120Hz refresh rate, it is smooth like butter. And 1400 nits peak of brightness, you will not have a problem seeing this device outdoors. It's a pretty clean and a good display, and we also get an under-display fingerprint scanner, which is fast and gets the job done, and it even adds to this device just to make it more premium. And finally, because it's an AMOLED display, we have an always-on display option, which I really like already. Overall, it's a 10 over 10 display for me. No complaints here. And if you look at the competition around, they provide something similar. One area the itel S25 Ultra kinda disappointed was in the processor. Under the hood, the itel S25 Ultra has a Unisoc T620 processor, which I was kinda disappointed because at first look, I thought, okay, at least it should get the MediaTek, but hey, we have the Unisoc T606 here. Anyways, I need you to know that this is not a gaming chip. If your main aim of getting this phone is to play high demanding games in high settings, you might want to skip this one. Don't get me wrong, it plays Call of Duty and PUBG at low to medium graphic settings and high frame rate, which is fine. You probably would experience drop in frames after long hours of playtime, but if you are not gaming for hours, which you should not, you should be fine. But I would have preferred the Helio G99 or the Helio G100. I think that would have been a better bargain. But the good thing is that we have 8 gigs of RAM across board an extra 8 gigs of RAM through memory fusion. I think that should come in handy for gamers out there. Software running on the itel S25 Ultra is Android 14 with itel OS 14.5 skin on it. And to be honest, not too much to talk about in this category because it looks exactly like every itel device out there. We still have the regular Bluetooth and application displaying ads on your phone, which can get annoying at times, but you can always uninstall them. And for feature wise, it is packed. We have cool multitasking here and there, split screen, bypass charging, and these lights that lift up when notification comes in. That is pretty cool. Again, we still have Ivana here, which is the ChatGPT voice assistant. And for software updates, itel promised 2 major years of software updates. That means the itel S25 Ultra will be getting the Android 16 at most. And if you look at it from itel perspective, that is actually a big deal. Battery life on the itel S25 Ultra is pretty solid. No complaints again in this department. It comes with 5000 mAh battery, which is already the standard in 2024. And with 5000 mAh battery, you can expect to get a full day of use under a single charge. It's a type of phone you charge and you just forget about it. And talking of charging, it comes with 18 watts of wired charging. It should charge your phone from 0 to 100 under 1 hour 45 minutes. But you should be able to get 50% under 40 to 45 minutes, which I think it is pretty decent. Lastly, for the cameras. And for the camera department, I kind of have thoughts. We have like 4 to 5 rings on the back of the itel S25 Ultra. How on earth do we still have one useful rear camera? I was thinking of seeing a macro or an ultra wide, but I was wrong. I guess my expectations wasn't reasonable enough. We have a 50 megapixel main camera at the back. We have an IR blaster at the back. We have a flashlight at the back. We have a notification light at the back, and a 32 megapixel selfie camera up front. Picture quality is fine. It won't blow your mind. It will produce good and okay picture under great lighting condition, but under low light, it will struggle a little bit. It will still be usable, don't get me wrong, because we have the super night mode. And same thing goes for the selfie camera as well. The selfie camera is even a little bit worse. We got some camera functions also, like slow motion, 10 times zoom in the main camera, pro mode, panorama mode, and so on and so forth. And for videos, the itel S25 Ultra can shoot at 1440p 30 frames per second and 1080p 30 frames per second max. So you have that option, and if you ask me, I think that is decent. Many devices in this price category don't even have the 1440p option, but the itel S25 Ultra has it, so I think that is decent. In my opinion, I think the itel S25 Ultra feels like a redemption for itel, to compete with the big dogs like the Redmi, Infinix, and Techno for 2025. And it is a true step forward in my opinion. Great build, fantastic display, okay cameras, software that is feature packed. The only place that kind of dropped back was the chip, but we have the RAM that can help out in that scenario. So for me, it's a really good deal for the price, and because of the design and the build quality alone, I want one so bad. That is my review on the itel S25 Ultra. It is the latest and the greatest from itel, but if you are willing to spend more, you still have other options like the Spark 30 Pro, in the Infinix Hot 50 Pro Plus, my recently released Samsung A16 5G, and the Redmi 14 that will be coming out early next year. If you are into that, you can stick around for that. Thank you so much for watching as always. Let me know what you think about this device down below. And if you are already using this device, let us know about your experience down below. Let's chat. And thank you so much for watching as always. Don't forget to hit the like button, very important, and the subscribe button. Our new aim is 1,500 subscribers. And if you want to see me risking my life going to Kaduna for a wedding party, you can click on this video here. And if you want to know more about the Samsung Galaxy A16 5G, you can click on this video here. And as always, love, peace, and tweaks. Signing out.